Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Re-Age Super Mega Baseball League with the Buzzards sitting at 7-6 right now after a huge 13-0 win in the last game. We are riding a high, but this has been a roller coaster of a season. It has been up and down all year long. You can kind of see the trend here if you look at, we started off 0-2, won 3 straight. We lost a doubleheader against the Jacks, followed by winning a doubleheader against the Overdogs. Lose, win, and this is really scary because we are in the thick of things right now, and it's just a matter of, can we finish strong or will we fade down the stretch? We have 3 games left. Next one is against the Crocs, who are sitting at 4-8 with a tense KO Neomo. And we have some good news and some bad news, folks. So I was setting the lineup, which I have already done. And I was like, well, of course, we're going to have Maurice Brick pitch in this game, right? Because he is a much better pitcher than Fabio Fabulo. Well, unfortunately, I would love to bring in the very locked-in Maurice Brick, but unfortunately, he has pitched recently. Coming off of his previous team, he threw 68 pitches recently, and so while he is locked in, I would much rather give him a day of rest so that he can pitch even more effectively in the next matchup. So we'll get the starting rotation fixed for the playoffs, but for right now, Fabio is going to pitch in this matchup, which I think it probably is going to pay off for us. So if I take a look at the schedule, this game against KO Neomo, that's not that big of a deal. And then we have this game against Warner Bergenberg, He beat us in that second game, and we couldn't figure anything out against him despite him being tense going into that matchup. So I feel like that might be a tougher pitching matchup for Maurice Brick, or we might look to see who is going to pitch for the Overdogs before making that decision. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this matchup. Like I said, I already set the lineup, so I'll go through it as we get into the game. But let's go ahead and play ball. We head out to Whacker's Wheel, home of the Crocs. They have a few players locked in right now. We have, somehow after 13 runs, only one player locked in the offense, which is Hito Munshada, who has been locked in for quite a few games now. He's got that power stroke showing up, and hoping he can keep that going, as well as the rest of the offense. Jose Tremendo did have a rough outing in that last game. We're hoping he can turn it around. But we'll start with Geronimo James, batting .412 on the season with 1 home run and 1 RBI, solo shot. 2-2 contact versus righties against KO Neomo. And first pitch, it's a pop-up here behind the plate. Easy play for Teresa Ketchum, and KO's getting some efficiency to start this game. We'll see where Jose goes with this one as he's batting .303 with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. I think he went hitless in the last game. Takes first pitch strike, followed by a ball outside. Ball high. And inside for ball 3. KO with a 12.15 ERA this season with a 2.7 whip. And she has been struggling not just in that last matchup, but all season long. Good battle brewing here for Jose with a full count. And he'll pull one past the first baseman into the right field corner, turning around first and heading, going to hold at first. You'll see Sting McGee in right field. Interesting that the right fielder is the catcher. We've seen that happen for both seasons so far here for the Crocs. They have gone with the route of 2 starting catchers in the lineup at all times. Sting gets to it quickly, holds the runner to a single. And Hito Munshada pulls one into left field, but it is an easy play for Stan Alive. He'll catch that. Runner retreats back to first, and it's 2 outs. Surdy Woodman has been kind of heating up just a little bit. He has been through a slow start into a pretty solid stretch, and then slowing down again, picking up again. Batting .429 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. I don't know how many walks he has this season, but he seems to get on base pretty regularly that way as well. This one's called on the inside corner, and Woodman can't believe it. Takes strike 3 looking, and KO Neomo gives up one hit and gets out of the rest of the inning. So that doesn't make me feel very good right now. So here comes Elroy action, Tier 1 first pitch Slayer. takes it for a strike, batting 233. No home runs, 3 RBIs against Fabio Fabulo. Another up and down year for this starter, getting his 4th start of the year with a 5.79 ERA. He'll get a dribbler to second base. Kaufman getting to it quickly and able to hold off her counterpart, getting the out there, and outright loses mojo. The number 2 hitter, Sting McGee, catcher playing right field. And first pitch swinging, yanks it, or I should say, shoots it right back up the box into center field for a 1-out single. First baseman Leanne Drive will come up, batting 290 with no home runs and 1 RBI. You see Tier 3 Mind Gamer, so they're a Tier 3 crafty team just like us. Doing wonders to Fabulo's, man, that was scary, Fabulo's accuracy, and that one was yanked down the third baseline and just goes foul. It had the home run distance for sure. Quick grounder to Woodman. Woodman to Roper, back to Woodman, and that is a double play to end the inning. So we'll take that for sure. Good sure-handed play from the first baseman, and a double play cleans things up after the base hit with 1 out. Snag Roper had a decent day last time, average coming up to 257 with no home runs and 3 RBIs. He was our offensive leader last year and has fallen completely off the map this year. Hoping he can turn things around before the playoffs, if we can reach the playoffs. 2-1 count, and Neomo gets another swinging strike. Make it 2-2 for Roper, and that's going to be high. Another full count. And ball 4. So good eye from Roper. He gets the walk. Neomo can't believe it. She just lost all of her accuracy in that at-bat. She is still tense, despite getting a strikeout and getting a clean inning in the first. Pick officer at Tier 3, bad ball hitter at Tier 3 for Merle Ryan, batting 323. Strike out in the outside part of the plate. No home runs, 4 RBIs for the left fielder. He hits this one hard to left field, but that's going to be another playable ball for staying alive. He catches that for out number 1. 1 on, 1 out for Kitty Kaufman. She came through with a huge walk-off win a couple of games back. Actually, it was in the last game. No, it was 2 games ago. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. 0-2 count here for Kaufman with the great contact. She is going to push one into right field. So we'll have 2 runners aboard now. Great speed over there at first base, but with a slow runner and Roper ahead of her, she won't be able to do much on the base paths, especially with the Tier 3 pick officer trait from Neomo. But here comes Pork Bennett. He's had a pretty surprising season as a rookie. And unfortunately, he grounds into a quick double play. That'll end the inning as well. So Neomo getting some help from her defense, and Pork Bennett loses mojo behind the plate. Excuse me. Staying alive, one of the hotter hitters on this Crocs offense, batting 323. First pitch ball low and away. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Has Tier 1 tough out if he gets the 2 strikes. You'll see 1 right there in the pop foul. 2-1 count. And a grounder cannot get to it is Fabulo, as him being a lefty, his glove is on the other side, and he couldn't get it across his body in time. So a leadoff single for the Crocs, alive at first with Teresa Ketchum coming up. The catcher playing catcher is locked in with Tier 3 Mind Gamer. Ball outside. Fabio struggling with the accuracy with that effect that Teresa Ketchum has on him. 2-1 count here. Popped foul, and he gets back into this at-bat. 2-2. Just misses the top of the zone. Full count for Ketchum. And it takes ball 4. So Mind Gamer does its job. Trait works perfectly, and now 2 are aboard with nobody out for Walter Valter, batting 389 with no home runs and 3 RBIs. Has Tier 3 injury prone, so we'll see if that does anything in this game. Dive Wizard a Tier 2 trait, but it's only defense. And quick 1-2-3 strikeout for Fabulo, so good recovery there. Now brings in rookie Gilbert. Locked in, batting 500, no home runs, and 1 RBI. So I would imagine he hasn't gotten a lot of starts, but it's hard to say. No power, but he sends this one to deep left field, right up against the wall, and that one is out of here. Home run from Ricky Gilbert. He was locked in coming into this at-bat. He will stay locked in. Good attempt from Merle Ryan as he jumped at the perfect time, but that wall is just too high. And Gilbert sneaks it over the fence. A 3-run homer will give the Crocs a pretty commanding lead here in the bottom of the second. And now pitcher Ladd Bradwick will be the DH for this game. I didn't even catch that one. Lofted over the head of Kitty Kaufman into the right center field wall. Geronimo James comes up throwing back in quickly, and that'll hold the runner to a single. So we have Ladd Bradwick, the pitcher, just got a base hit. He's in right, and Fabio will get yanked already for Brick Towers with only 1 out in the bottom of the second. I'm super confused by this AI, as I feel like I've seen way too many pitchers get held in for way too long, and so many pitchers get pulled out too soon. And I'm just like, there's no consistency here. By the way, third baseman Demetrius Liu with Tier 3 noodle arm will ground to third. Hito with only 1 play, and that's the first. Runner advances to second into scoring position for leadoff man Elroy Action, who grounded out to second and is now tense. Brick Towers just recently acquired the clutch trait. It's probably not going to be activated in this game with him coming in the second inning. He is fully fresh with a 2.0 ERA, a 1.11 whip, and he sends into deep right field, right center. Bounces right over to Geronimo James. A play at second base. Sliding in safely is Elroy Action. He gets his mojo back. Runner from second scores, and keep in mind that is a runner that was allowed by Fabio Fabulo, so that will affect his ERA, not Brick's. Sting McGee comes up with 2 outs and a runner on second with tremendous speed. Quick swinging strike there, and it's 0-2 to Sting. He will foul down the first baseline. Good effort from Woodman. And a grounder right back to him. Woodman will take it himself. That'll be the third out, but an ugly inning here as 4 runs come across. A 3-run homer from Ricky Gilbert puts the Crocs up by 4 here heading into the top of the third, and we'll go 9-1-2, starting with Smokey Ash. Just recently signed him. Will be misplayed by Neomo, and 61% chance to misplay that. And now we have an interesting situation here. Smokey Ash has about average speed. He just reached base safely. I don't know if that's going to count as an error. Actually, I think I can check. It is not an error. They're going to call that a base hit. Sorry about that. A base hit for Smokey Ash in his first plate appearance with the Buzzards. Geronimo James gets fooled on the off speed. And you'll see that Tier 3 trade for Smokey Ash at first base. That is Steeler against Tier 3 pick officer. And a liner to Lou will be out number 1. Damn it. So we have 1 out. Jose Tremendo comes up. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Guillermo's still tense, but has been able to keep the Buzzards off the board here through 2 1/3. And underneath that one, it's skied to center field, right center field. Getting under that, camped for a while as Walter Valter finally catches that. That'll be out number 2. And it'll bring us to Hito Munshada. He went hard to left field, but he flew out to alive. He's still locked in despite going 0 for 1. Average at 395. Tier 2 high pitch. And Smokey Ash still at first base. Popped up foul out of play. 1-1 count for Hito. Ball in the dirt, gets away from Ketchum, but she's got a cannon of an arm, and Smokey was not comfortable testing that one. Catches the corner on strike 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs, and Hito will sky one deep right field. It's tailing foul. Will it get out of play? Nope. In foul territory is Sting McGee to catch that to end the inning. So another unsuccessful inning for the Buzzards. A leadoff single gets stranded at first. And our 1-2-3 hitters all go down against tense Ko Neomo. This is what I can't understand about this team. Man drive comes up. Tier 3 mind gamer against Brick Towers. Quickly getting her down 0-2. Tries to get her to chase out of the zone. She does not. She does on that one, though. The slider, he goes for it again. Swing lower and away. And that's a quick strikeout for Towers. 1 out for staying alive. 1 for 1 with the single. believe he scored on that home run in the last at-bat, or in the last inning. And like I said, I can't understand this offense. Like, we just cannot put it together consistently. It's just randomly chosen when they're going to show up. Tough out activates on the 1-2, and swinging through strike 3, chases high and away. Brick Towers with another strikeout, and now has to face off against Teresa Ketchum, who walked in her first plate appearance. Mind Gamer activated as she's still locked in. And I didn't even realize Teresa Ketchum actually has cannon arm, as I said she had a cannon of an arm. 2-0 count. Gets a strike there. 25th pitch on the way for Towers. Is hit hard. Snag Roper with diving play. Magic Hands gets up, throws her out at first. And a huge play from the shortstop. He gets a mojo boost as we head into the top of the fourth. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Brick Towers. But he is running out of stamina. We might not see him much more of him the rest of the way. Sturdy Woodman will come up. He's 0 for 1. 40th pitch on the way for Neomo is called strike 1. Called strike 2. And Woodman trying not to go down the way he did last time with a called strike 3. And he'll hit one very hard. You'll see Neomo kind of dodged that one out of reaction only. And she probably saw her face, or her life flash before her eyes. But we have a runner on first for Snag Roper, who walked in his first plate appearance. Locked in after the diving play to end the last inning. 45th pitch for Neomo is right down the middle and taken for a strike. This was a little high and in. That one's inside, pulled foul, 1-2 count for Roper. Come on, you just did something good. Come on, do something on offense, too. He fouls one back, staying alive, and he pulls one. That one's going to go foul down the third baseline, excuse me. 1-2, takes a ball inside. Neomo back to, or as finally at neutral mojo, by the way, as she gets him to pop up to shallow center. Easy play for Volter. Out number 1. And Woodman goes back to first. This is embarrassing. We have performed against some of the better pitchers, and we have not shown up at all against some of the worst pitchers in this league. I can't explain it. Merle yanks one foul. He's down 0-1. Neomo will give up a base hit right up the middle once again, and Volter gets it in quickly, but runners on first and second with 1 out. Merle Ryan gets a mojo boost, and now it's Kitty Kaufman's turn. She pushed one into right field in her first at-bat. Pressure is high. 1 for 1 with the single, and bad ball hitter is activated for Kaufman. She'll take a ball low and away. Neomo getting tired. Great speed from Merle Ryan at first base. Infield, the double play depth, 1-1 count. Ball high. Runners take off in the double steal, hit and run, and it's going to be pushed foul down the first baseline. I hope they don't do it again. They don't. Ball 3, full count here with 1 out. Come on, Kitty. She will line right to Gilbert, and he does get back in time. Woodman almost caught hanging out to dry on the liner. Good hit, or good contact from Kaufman, but she ends up lining out. And now 2 outs and 2 on for Pork Bennett, who I think he struck out in his last at-bat. He's tense now. Pops one foul. He falls behind 0-2. Come on, Pork. Ball low. Run into one here, man. Ball inside, 2-2. Count even with 2 outs. And Pork will ground slowly to second or shortstop. Gilbert with an easy play ends the inning. So another rally squashed. 5 hits total for us through 4 innings, but we cannot do anything with them, and it's not looking good for us here. Crocs starting to run away with this one as the game gets later and later. Brick Towers, pressure dropped all the way back down to none. Walter comes up. I think he's 1 for 1 now. 2-1. Ball low. And he takes a strike there, so full count. Towers over 30 pitches and exhausted. And again, why is he staying out there? Maybe because you brought him in during the second inning, and our entire bullpen is exhausted. Here's the guy that hit the 3-run homer, and he's going to have to face off against Grecian Lupton. Grecian with tier 2 consistent, sitting at neutral mojo. Great speed over at first base, infield, a double play depth. Falling behind 2-0 against Gilbert. Really being careful here, and he serves up a base hit up the middle. Getting it in quickly as James, and 2 on. Nobody out for Lad Bradwick, who's locked in after singling in his last at-bat. I'm going to say this. If the Crocs score another run, then I am going to call this game. And we'll see if we can sneak in that other game before the time runs out. First pitch strike. Fouled off there, and it's quickly 0-2 to Bradwick. Ball high, just misses the top corner. There's strike three called right on the corner, and Bradwick loses his mojo. Grecian Lupton with a great pitch. One out for Demetrius Liu, 0 for 1. Tier 1 bunter. Don't think he'll use it here. First pitch, ball high. Second pitch catches the top of the zone. It's a 1-1 count for Lupton to Liu. Ball inside, low and in. Liu being patient. He gets a 3-1 count. Good spot for him as a hitter. And he's going to get a pitch he likes, but he pops it foul. Now full count with one out. He pops another one foul. Strike. Oh, what the hell? Oh, my God. Right at the bottom of the zone. Lupton doesn't get the call. And that'll be ball 4. So bases loaded with one out for Elroy action. He has a double, an RBI double in his last at-bat. And he grounds quickly to Roper. Roper. Oh, my God. I cannot. Okay, we're done here. Kitty Kaufman with a fucking awful play at second base on the double play that would have ended the inning. And she muffs it. 3% chance for that to happen. Terrible play from the second baseman. A run scores, and we give up for the game. So I'm going to quick check time. 21 minutes in. We end up losing 8-0. I'm glad I gave up when I did, but now we're at 7-7. We're somehow still at the top of the division. This is getting insane. I think I'm going to tank the loyalty for Fabio here because it's just continuing to get worse and worse for him. He is younger, but he has not been able to do anything with it. I'm going to give the... Oh, shit. They both need the loyalty. I think Hito needs it more. He's more likely that I'm going to bring back versus Carlos Bauer. I think they're the same age right now. I'm going to give this to Hito. That was tough. All right, quick sim to the next one. And yeah, the overdog's starting to pull away here. We're starting to look like this season is over. And it's going to be Bergenberg versus Bauer. Now that we have a better idea of what the... Yeah, they're bringing Jack... I think it's Jack Duffy. Let's see who he is and see if Maurice Brick would be better off against him or against Bergenberg here. Forgot where I was going for a second. Jimmy Duffy, B-plus pitcher, and he was the one that pretty much just shut us down in that last game against the Overdogs, but we ended up, I think, fighting through his pitching performance to end up winning that one. Before we go into the next game, let's do a quick check out what happened since that last game ended. We have a few roster moves. We have a chance to lose Slowpoke for Merle Ryan. I'll probably pay for that one. Nobody dropped that I'm interested in. Axel Torque at 35, by the way. K Frequent gets signed by the Herbivores. Chance to gain pitch perfect. No, we're not doing that one. We're not going to give Edwina crossed up. I'm not going to do this one for Brian and Maurice Brick with development at age 38. So no, only one we're going to do here is, yeah, I'm not going to risk that for Malcolm either. The only one we're going to do here is the one for Merle. Let's see if we can get rid of Slowpoke. We get 1 speed, 1 fielding, 1 arm, a chance for 3 more speed. We won't get him in a sim ahead here, and no, we don't get Slowpoke removed either. And I am going to go ahead and use... Jesus, this lineup. I think Geronimo's still the better player here. What is Bergenberg? He's a righty. So Geronimo with the contact versus righty. He can break out of that tense mojo, I think. Ironically, Snag is locked in. Let's put Merle at number 2. Let's bring Jose down to 6. Let's put Smokey can only play 3rd. Hito can only play 1st. Woodman can only play 1st. I am going to give Flash Levar the start here and put Chukov in the catching position. We'll drop Flash down here, and we'll keep Chukov there and Smoky Ash there. So that's our... Oh, wait, sorry. I almost forgot. We're going to use Carlos Bauer, and we will bump him up here. Yeah, why not? Carlos Bauer on the mound has not done very well this year, but we'll see if he can find it in himself to get some success here against the Jacks. The Jacks swept us in a doubleheader earlier this season. Unless this one goes quickly, I don't know if we're going to be able to get into all of it, so towards the end of this video, we'll probably have to just sim the rest. So we'll go ahead and get into the matchup quickly as the Jacks will step up to the plate, starting with young right fielder playing third base today, Arsenio Armstrong, batting .242, no home runs and 5 RBIs. Carlos Bauer serves up a foul. He has a .630 ERA with 160 WHIP, has 8 strikeouts on the year, 2-1 count, and a dribbler slowly. Hito cuts it off in front of Snag, and that'll be a quick out number 1. Former Buzzard, in both senses, will come up locked in. Center fielder with Tier 3 Mind Gamer. He's had a good season for the Jacks after we dropped him. .303 average with no home runs and 4 RBIs. Riding a bit of a hot streak lately, and he'll sneak one up the middle for a base hit. So number 2 hitter aboard. With 1 out for Jeb Jumps, batting .184, no home runs, 2 RBIs, and tenths. I wonder if every team in our division is crafty. Seems like they are. That's going to be a strike, 1-0-1 count. Locked in Thurman Colt with great speed over there at first. Checking on the runner, and that's going to be safe. Infield is double play depth. They have to turn it quickly with 2 quick runners here. Jeb is not as quick. Whiffer activates on the 1-2. Runner takes off on the off speed, but it's pulled foul. We'll see if they try and take off again. You see Bauer changing up his pace or his timing for his pitches as he checks back over at first safely. Cannot appeal back to first again. And runner does not take off on the ball outside. 2-2 count. And push foul. Battle brewing here for Jeb Jumps despite the Tier 2 whiffer trait and being tense. Runner in the ball in the dirt. Throw down in time. Chukov gets the out. And Thurman Colt get caught stealing, loses mojo, and then a grounder to Bauer will end the inning. So an interesting way that first plays out for the Jacks offense. Nothing doing, and now we'll see if our offense can figure anything out. After getting shut out in that last game against the Crocs, and a few tense players sitting on the bench, here comes Geronimo James. And despite being tense, he sends one to deep left field, but it is going to be easily playable for Kathy Cul-de-sac. And so a sky ball for out number 1. We turn to Merle Ryan. He's been picking it up a little bit as of late. .324 average now, no home runs, 4 RBIs. Strike catches the corner. Ball high and away. We haven't talked about Werner Bergenberg with a .386 ERA, a .129 whip, and 7 strikeouts as a Tier 2 elite slider. And he came into that last game against us earlier this season tense, but did not matter as he was able to shut us down. 2-2 count. And this one's sent into left field. This one's going to get down, and Cul-de-sac able to cut it off. Merle Ryan has some great speed, so if it gets away from her into the corner, he's getting easy 2, maybe 3, depending on how she handles it. Instead, runner on first with 1 out for Hito Munchada, still locked in. Batting .385 with 4 home runs and 9 RBIs. Tier 2 high pitch, he gets it there, and it's fouled straight back. Just misses that one. Merle Ryan locked in over there at first. Runner takes off. Throw down is not in time. I think that's Camilla Cuffingham with a weak arm behind the plate. So an easy steal for Merle Ryan. They check on the runner back safely. Ball way outside. They pitch out, trying to check on the runner at second. And here's a high pitch sent to deep left field. That one's got a chance. Out of here. Hits the wave ball in left center field. And the fans are going crazy for Hito Munchada. That one was a moonshot. He got underneath that one, and it just kept carrying his 5th home run. A 2-run shot puts the Buzzards on the board here in the bottom of the first. It just seems like we play a lot better here at Shaka. Now Woodman comes up. Must have had a decent day. His average now up to 447. Bergenberg tense. He gets a gift of a strike there, 0-2. And fighting one off. Had to swing at that one as it was in the same spot. Outside, 1-2 count for Woodman. And he'll get one down. It's going to be past the glove of Arsenio Armstrong and not able to make the play. The shortstop does get to it quickly, but Woodman hustling down the line. Reaches on potentially an infield single. We'll check in the half inning. Snag locked in. Swings through that pitch for strike 1. Swings through strike 2. And we'll take a ball low and in. Just misses the corner there. Bergenberg tense. And Snag goes inside out. Right to second base. And he'll lose mojo on the ground ball double play. No error, by the way. It counts as a hit for Sturdy Woodman. Good hustle for him. But we get the 2-run homer from Hito Munshada, his 5th of the year. And now Mash Taters will come up, batting .211, 1 home run and 5 RBIs. He has not been great in any of his time here in this league. 1-1 count after swinging through strike 1. Pops one foul, falls behind 0-2. 1-2. And of course I say that, and he hits a piss missile into right field. And he's going to have to hold at first. Not only is he slow, but Jose Tremendo with that cannon arm is always a threat. So it's a leadoff single. And Greg Bomzo comes up. He had a home run earlier this year against us. It was a game winner. Batting .433, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. And he is locked in. Tier 3 sign stealer. 1-2 count. And swings through strike 3. So Carlos Bauer goes right at him. He swings and strikes out for out number 1. And now Nacho Crisp will come up, batting .211, 1 home run. It was his only home run and only RBI of the year. Good block from Chukov. Ball in the dirt. Ball high. 2-0 count. Nacho with tier 3 distractor, so we have to be careful if he reaches base. Infield a double play depth. The 3-0, he gets the green light. He swings through it. Fouls one back, and now full count. So good battle back here for Bauer. Fouls another one off. Staying alive is Crisp. And he'll just make contact there and pull another one foul. Still full. Just misses the top of the zone. They don't say it catches the corner. And that's ball 4. Bullshit call from the ump there. It dropped right into the corner, but apparently they didn't like it. So Cuffingham comes up with tier 2 contact versus righties, batting .095. No home runs, 2 RBIs, 2 runners on with 1 out. Neither with very impressive speed. Nacho decent. And she lofts one into left field. It gets down in front of Merle Ryan. Runner holds, and bases are loaded with 1 out. That'll bring Kathy Cul-de-sac to the mound, or to the plate. Did he just call her Kathy Cul-de-sac? Tier 2 contact versus righties, along with tier 2 first pitch prayer. Her prayer was answered, and she sends it right back up the box into center field. Runner holds at third, but a run scores on the bases loaded single from Cul-de-sac. And it is now a 2-1 ball game here for the Jacks as they're trying to battle back. Only 1 out still, and Reed Munoz comes up batting 167 till here as he hits one into the right field corner. Right center field. Oh, God, I can't even talk here. A 2-run single for Munoz, who was batting 167 before this, into the right center field wall. And getting it in quickly was Jose Tremendo holding the runner at third. 2 runs come across, and now the Jacks take a lead in the top of the second. 40th pitch, and it's a grounder to Woodman. Woodman to Roper. Roper back to first, not in time. A run scores from third, and that'll make it 4-2. Thurman Colt 1 for 1 with a single, but he's back to neutral mojo after getting caught stealing second. Tier 3 mind gamer puts Bauer's accuracy at 0. Over 40 pitches here in the top of the second. Not a single one of our pitchers, as a base hit goes up the middle. Second hit of the day for Colt. Not a single one of our starters can do anything except for Malcolm DeJesus. And at this point, they're just throwing him to the wolves, and they're just going to see how he can fend for himself after pulling Fabio Fabulo in the second inning of the last game. The Buzzards pitching staff is extremely depleted, and Jeb Jump sends it into the left center field corner. Two runners come around to score on the double from Jumps, and now it's 6-2. And I don't care. I am not watching the rest of this game. This is freaking embarrassing. They hit around in the second, and I'm just going to give it up because even if we fight back, I'm not going to go through the misery of watching how long it takes that to happen. 6-2. We score, almost fight back as we end up losing 7-5, dropping to 7-8, but somehow still sitting in the number 2 spot in the division. Unfortunately, even with a win against the Overdogs, which is our last game, we cannot get back in the division. Let's see if we have a chance for the... Shit. I'm going to do this one for Hito. He has been playing way better, like the offensive weapon that we asked him to be. This one for Snag or Geronimo. I think we're done with Snag no matter what, so I'm going to go with Geronimo with the loyalty boost here. He's a good center fielder, especially in Shaka, so not really worried about that. We have one game left, and how much time do we have? We're at 36 minutes, so we have time. I'm not going to watch this game because, or I guess I should say, I don't plan to unless the Platypi have 3 games left. They have to lose all 3. We have to win this one against the Platypi. We have to hope the Jacks don't win. This is not looking good. Well, we can actually simulate to this game and see. The Jacks win, so we'd have to beat the Overdogs by at least 5. The Platypi won, so that's going to knock us out. So, yeah, there's no way for us to make the playoffs now. As both teams that are in the wild card have solidified at least 9 wins, so it doesn't matter. We're going to sim this last game. It was with Maurice Brick on... Actually, we're not even going to... We're going to get rid of him really quick because we're going to get a little bit of extra money before... Oh, look who's on the free agent pool. Oh, I guess I should do this before we do that. Let me look. I'm spiraling. I'm crashing out, people. I think that's the phrase that they use nowadays. All right, so when we lost to the Jacks, we saw Gustafsson get dropped. +7 power for Pork Bennett. Holy shit, he's a B. Now as a 19-year-old, that's amazing. Young Uriel Dorsey gets dropped by the Sawteeth, 23-year-old. We were looking at Norton Pickle, not anymore. Tantrum, same thing. Chance for Gasser to gain crossed up, no thank you. Chance for Jose to gain injury prone, no thank you. -4 fielding for Bauer. His experiment is over with for us. And then Kerwin Arches gets dropped. Actually, Kerwin is somebody I would look to bring in the offseason. He'd be really nice behind Malcolm DeJesus. Maggie's 29. Norm is not coming back to this team. I am curious to know what his season looked like. So pitching-wise, he pitched 3 games at a 5.87 ERA, so at least it was better than with us. 7 2/3 innings. Ay. Well, how did he bat? Well, yeah, what is this? 3 for 15 with no home runs and 1 RBI. It was all 3 were singles. In 6 games, he struck out 5 times. And he had an error. The guy's just not... This is not his year. Just to save some money, we're going to go ahead and release Maurice Brick because we're not going to spend that money on him anymore. It was worth a chance. I need... Let's see, he's competitive. Okay, so I really don't... Doesn't matter who I sign here. So we're just going to go with the cheapest pitcher here. We're going to go with Montgomery Maple Ripe. He's going to get the start in this last game for us. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I don't care. If we get some money back, at least for that last game, we'll get a little boost. What will it be? We'll get 1.3 million after that last game, so that works. Actually, can we just blow it up? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that crazy. But let's sim it. This last game against the Overdogs. Last game of the season, we lose 3-0. So honestly, kudos to Maple Ripe. He pitched really well. Let's just tank him the rest of the way. Carlos Bauer going all the way down to 21 loyalty after that one. Smokey Ash, not really part of our future, so we'll lose the mojo for him. Jose or Geronimo. It's going to be Geronimo. We're not going to do that to Jose. He's our future star. And that's going to be the end of the season. We missed the playoffs again. We had 7 wins this time, which was better, but this team was the theme of this team was just underperformance. Absolutely embarrassing. We lose that game, and let's see. Norm gets immediately picked up by the Sawteeth. I'm looking for young players we might consider. Almost Slayer's 32 in this version. Stip Krakowski is 26. +5 power for Kitty Kaufman, so she's trying to get on my good side before the end of the season. Zane Mills with the development chance. Brick Towers, come on, get yourself some cake collector here. We're going to check that one in a second. And Hidogun's Wild Thrower, why? Why? It is only going to be tier 1, but why would he get a negative trait like that randomly right at the end of the season? I guess they're doing it ironically, which is it's really funny, but so frustrating. This was such a devastating way for this season to end. Can't do this for you, Gasser. I'm not going to do this for you, Jose. I am going to do this for Brick, so let's just do this one really quick. Gain 4 velocity, 1 power, -2 accuracy. Doesn't get the extra velocity. Chance for 20 or 20% chance. That's a third, I think fourth maybe roll for a trait that we couldn't get. Brick now an A+, which is crazy. And we're not going to do these other ones. Let's see. How did you do this season, Zane? Did you even get a chance to pitch? You pitched in 4 games. Oh, he was great. Only gave up 1 earned run. Got 1 save, gave up 8 hits, a 286 average, only 3 walks. Hit 1 batter. That's really good. You know what? I am going to give him this boost here. Velocity junk, more velocity. He's only 28, so I'm willing to bring him back. Plus, this will hopefully get him a loyalty boost. Unfortunately, don't get the extra. Yeah, that's a big loyalty boost there. We don't get him the extra pitch, which is okay. I plan to bring him back. Our bullpen is our strength. It's unfortunate how much we have to overuse them. All right, so before we run through the playoffs really quick, and before we do the re-sign period, which again we still have time to do all that, I am going to check stats for our team, final stats, and then we'll look at league leaders. Actually, let's do the league leaders first. Let's see if any of our players made it into the top 10. Malcolm DeJesus, probably the only one that deserved it. 2 complete games and 4 starts with a 2.49 ERA. Honestly, it was that one game that just ruined it for him. He could have looked so much better, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So, Malcolm, our only one in the top 10. Congratulations to the rookie on a great year. Sturdy, number 2 in batting average, just under Beefcake. 5 home runs for Hito Munchada, good for tied for second. Hito and Carlos with 12 RBIs each. Sturdy in the top 4 for on base percentage. Hito and slugging, and Hito and Sturdy both in the OPS category. Think I'll bring both of them back, or at least that's the plan. Sturdy with 19 hits. Hito with 17 hits. Both top 10. Nobody in the stolen base category. We really need a true stealer that can get on base for us to consider this. And we have Hito with 10 runs scored. We have Merle with 4 stolen bases. Oh, what was I looking at? Extra base hits. Sorry. I thought I was looking at stolen bases. Merle with 4 of them, so good for him. Nobody in the caught stealing category. Pitching-wise, nobody for wins, nobody for ERA, nobody for saves. Malcolm with 21 strikeouts. Then we have Gasser with strikeouts per 9. Walks per 9 is Malcolm with 0. And then the 21 strikeouts per 9 is good for number 1. So good job for Malcolm there. Let's take a look at the rest of the team and see where things went wrong this season. So we start off with Geronimo James. He's not a power hitter. He had 2 doubles, he had 1 triple, he had 16 total hits, an OPS of 929. He got caught stealing once, but he stole a base. I really liked what I saw out of him. I think that he is a promising center fielder for us. Then we have Merle Ryan. He had a 308 average, no home runs, and 4 RBIs. That's fine. He's not a power hitter either. 14 total bases. He did have a triple, and he walked 3 times, struck out 5, and he had 4 stolen bases. So I'm happy with him too. Hito Machado was, of course, the star of the year for us. 5 home runs and 12 RBIs. Out of curiosity, we had 6 home runs and 8 RBIs for Jose, 4 home runs and 11 RBIs for Snag Roper. So this is by far the best season put together by any of our players in the last 2 years. Hito with a 119 OPS, 33 total bases. Not great, but or I should say not amazing, but solid. He even had a stolen base. I don't know how that happened. Sturdy had a great year. I wish the power numbers would increase, but 2 home runs. I'd love to see more RBIs from him as well. Only 5, but he went 432 on his average, a 1127 OPS, and he had 4 doubles. He walked 3 times. A great year for Sturdy. Something to build off of. Snag was awful. I'm pretty sure I'm done with him. That's a big reason why we struggled. Jose had 12 hits. He's not the offensive weapon he was in season 1, but he is, I think, going to continue to develop. He did have 3 doubles and 1 home run, 4 RBIs. I think he's going to keep getting better. Chukov was not great this year. I probably look to get rid of him. Probably bring in Pork Bennett to be our number 1 catcher the next season. Kitty Kaufman was miserable. Very disappointed in her this year. She's so fast. She had 0 stolen bases. No stolen base attempts. But that's probably because she only reached base a total of 10 times. So embarrassing. Brian's just old. We might bring him back if he's affordable for us. He did pretty decent in limited time. Ricky went 0 for 4. Didn't even get a chance to steal any bases either. Smokey Ash, same thing. Carlos Bauer, he was decent, or actually he was pretty good. 12 hits, but he went 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, had 400 average and a 1167 OPS. That's good for number 2 on the team for full-time starters. And number 3, tied for 3rd on the team with total bases there. So he had a good year, but he's a terrible starter. So we take a look at pitching. Carlos with that 10.03 ERA in his 4 starts, just absolutely abysmal. De Jesus goes. I said Maple Ripe had a good game. He gave up 3 runs and 2 1/3 innings before getting pulled. Never mind. Malcolm is the ace of this staff, and will absolutely be bringing him back. 2 complete games, 1 complete game shutout. He was just bad in that first game of the year. Had those rookie opening day jitters, and he settled in afterwards. Fabio, I think, has to go. An 8.44 ERA was terrible. He averaged about just over 2 innings a start. Oh my God. Carlos can't have that. And then unfortunately, our bullpen just was a product of overuse. 11 1/3 innings, both Brick and Gasser both essentially pitched more innings than both Carlos and Fabio. They both appeared, Gasser appeared in 10 out of 16 games. Brick appeared in 7 out of 16. Grecian was 7 games appeared in. He is actually really solid. He gave up 5 runs, but only 1 was earned. So that's actually what helps his numbers look a lot better. Zane Mills was amazing. Edwina, she was just not good, but she had limited opportunities and usually got left in too long as well. So she's a development option anyway, but we might look to replace her in the offseason. But this is a really solid bullpen and the only thing I can feel really happy about. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and sim the playoffs. We miss again. Thanks for rubbing it in. We quick sim to the end, and the Overdogs, the team that we swept in that doubleheader, ended up beating us in the last game, but because we threw in the towel, and then they run roughshod through the playoffs and they win. They had to go to game three in all of those games or in all those series, but knock off the Platypi, knock off the number one wide loads, and then they knock off the number one blowfish. So tough, but battle for them. But they end up coming out, and they lost the first game of every one of those series too, and then came back and won in a reverse sweep fashion. So congrats to the Overdogs. Frustrated that that wasn't an opportunity for us, but let's go to the re-sign phase and end this freaking video. So I'm gonna. What I like to do here is I like to bring back the players that I can, without like overpaying them, and then I'm just looking to make the changes in the off season. It's a little bit easier to keep track of money, a little bit easier to keep track of chemistry and traits that way. So for Pork, he's at a 98% chance to come back. I am gonna give him that, or I'm gonna just offer him his salary. He comes back. Chukov, for now, I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay. That could be our starting catching staff here next season. We'll see. Sturdy had a great year. He's happy to come back at his current price. He's underpaid, so that's fine with me. Kitty is underpaid as well. She wants to come back. I'm fine with bringing her back for now, but we'll be looking to replace her in the offseason, potentially. She's still got tier 3 bad ball hitter, so if we can get a little more pop in that bat, she could turn into a lethal weapon for us, and she's really young, but it was really frustrating to see what she did this year. Flash, I like him as our defensive option, has tier 3 distractor, so let's bring him back at his current price, and he's happy. Hito, he's just over his current value. I will bring him back for now. I really liked what I saw out of him, but he did just gain Wild Thrower, so I will look at what other third base options there are. He's also 28 going into the age 29 season, so he might be somebody that we look to replace just from a youth perspective, but I'm fine with making him our starter again this year. Smokey, I mean, I'll offer the loyalty, or I'll offer the current salary, but I'm guessing he's going to walk. Oh, he stays at $2 million. Probably not going to come back, but we'll see. Snag, please leave. I'm so fed up with you this year. We're going to do the 35% roll. If he stays, cool. He does not. Fine, get out of here. Merle, coming back at 98%. Will he? Yep, he does. So Brine, he's below value. If he takes the 81% chance to roll, he does. We'll take him for now. Geronimo, 94% chance. He's well under value. So I'm going to roll this one as well, 94%. He takes it. Great. All right, Ricky Kwan, still fine with staying at his current price, so we'll bring him back. Jose Tremendo, he's at 94%. I am going to roll this one as well. I know this one's a bit risky for our core. Yeah, I'm going to do it. 94%. We're going to save a little bit of money here if we can keep him. Oh, I knew it. Oh, shit. He's worth 9.8. I'm willing to overpay to bring him back anyways. He's not really, like, if he would have gotten bad ball hitter, there was no doubt I was going to roll it, or not going to roll it. He asked for, I think, like 1 under, or it was like 9.2 on a value of 9.8. So we could have saved a little bit of money by just giving him what he was asking for, but I'll try and bring him back. We'll see what rookies are there in right field and stuff like that, too. So, it just keeps getting worse. Malcolm wants to come back at his current price. He's 0.1 under his value, so we'll bring him back. Carlos is indifferent, so am I. Let's just roll it anyway. He wants to come back. Fabio, he's eager to come back. Oh, actually, I'm going to let Fabio go. He's over his price point, so we are going to release him there. Carlos is also over his price, so we are going to let him go too. Maple Ripe, I'm going to let you go. Then we're going to go through our bullpen here. So Zane, 99% chance. Let's just roll it. Okay. Brick Towers, 59% chance. That's because he developed like a shit ton. And so at 21 next season, he's currently valued at 14.3. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to re-sign it asking. Gasser is at 12.8. He's worth 14.4. He's asking for 13.7. This one I'm going to roll at the 91% chance just because he's older. He was a core of our bullpen. We'll see if we can keep him, and he will come back. Grecian's happy with his 7.1. Let's let him come back. And Edwina looking to probably replace the young player. She's just under her value. I'll roll this one. And she comes back. So the only ones we lose are Snag Roper. This one's devastating, and Jose Tremendo. Carlos and Fabio over their current value, and then Montgomery Maple Ripe was just a cheap signing at the end of the offseason. So quick little recap here. I will probably keep Pork. He might be our starting catcher. Maybe find a cheap defensive option to replace Chukov, but don't hate bringing him back. Sturdy Woodman will be our first baseman. That's my plan. Kaufman might be replacing her. Flash will probably stay. Hito might get replaced. Smokey probably gets replaced. New shortstop coming next season. Merle and Geronimo are your starting left and center fielder. Ricky Kwan will probably stay as our defensive option in the outfield with Steeler. And then Brian Pickleford, don't hate considering bringing him back, but might look for somebody better there, maybe someone younger. Jose breaks my heart. I wish he would have taken the 91 or 92% chance, but I'll either bring him back and overpay to do it, or I will look for another right fielder. I just like him so much, and he's 20, so I love the development that we're seeing out of him. I just wish he would have rolled one of those other traits, and we probably wouldn't have even taken the chance. We have a brand new starting rotation outside of Malcolm next time out, and then we might see one change to our bullpen depending on chemistry and stuff. So that's going to be our off season in the next video. Last question before I let you all go. For those that have stuck around till the end, I know that there's more people that watch than engage. I only see like pretty much just Prack is the only one. There's a couple other people. Very much appreciate everyone that interacts in the comment section. Don't expect it from anyone, but I am curious. If you're watching this content, what is it that you like about what I do? What the content is that we're putting out? Is there a specific team you like more? Is it the Buzzards series here? Or is it the Favorites and the Chemlock series that was going on at the same time as this? I'm curious to know what your feedback looks like. I've been falling behind a little bit, and I'm just trying to figure out my time management on whether I want to keep committing to all this or if I might just slow myself down a little bit, just focus on one series. So I'd love to hear your feedback. I'll still do the off-season video, but is it the commentary? Is it the team building? Is it the challenge part of this? Is it the players? What is it that you like about the content? Honest and feedback is always appreciated. So even if there's stuff you don't like or recommendations for other stuff, I'm listening for that as well. But that's where we'll leave it off. I'll probably solicit some of that feedback from the next video on the Chemlock side as well. But appreciate all of you for watching. Thank you for those that engage and participate in liking and commenting and subscribing and all of that fun stuff. But looking to see what happens next season for the Buzzards. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.